Okay, class, we're going to go over PV and FE just one more time. I want to make sure that we've got this ingrained because we'll build upon this. So with present value and future value, we can figure this out, and we can figure either of those out, but we do need to have a set of information, enough information to make it work. Let's take a CD, for example. So a CD is called a certificate of deposit, and banks offer these, credit communities offer these, the Federal Reserve offers these. They're offered in a variety of ways. And I did a little bit of research to look at what interest rates are on certificates of deposit. The nature of a certificate of deposit is you put money into it with a fixed interest rate for a certain amount of time. Sometimes you could do a CD for 6 months, maybe it's a year, sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5 years. When I did my research, I found that the longest term on average was 5 years. My guess is there's probably other vehicles out there that might be 10 or longer. Problem with certificates of deposits, though, they're safe forms of investing your money. They're very low growth. And what I found, interest per year on those is 1.5%. Hardly anything. And let's do a 5-year period. Some accounts require a minimum payment, but I believe you can go higher if you'd like. But let's say we're putting in $5,000 into a CD. Okay, we got 5,000. We've got it programmed so that it's negative already. 5 years. CDs do not do payments or payouts. I should say we're not putting any money in other than what we do at the beginning. And so we're looking to see what the value is when the 5 years is up and the certificate of deposit expires and we get our payout. Okay, so again, future value function. And then we got our rate. And this is annual, so they do the interest rates annually. And it might differ, but typically it's annually. And we're going to go N per there, payment. We don't have a payment, so we're going to skip that one. Even though we have it here, this is kind of a template if we were to do like an annuity or sinking fund, but we're not doing that now. We're just doing a one-time in and one-time out approach with the CD. Present value is negative. And let's just put in 0 because we're going to assume that it's the compounded at the end of each period, like that. And that gives us what we expect out of our CD deposit. So what we earn, I mean, that's simple enough, but let's just run through it. So what we've earned is $5,386. Right there. What we put in is 5,000. So let's do the difference. Let's see. Minus. Enter. So, and let's make this let's see, it's already got a negative in there. So let's make that negative. And let's go like this. Let's change that to plus. There we go. So our net proceeds from that is $386. For 5 years, that's very little return on your money. Let's change this up just a hair. Let's say that instead of this being compounded annually at 1.5%, let's say it's compounded every month, so 12 months. So what we're going to do here in the equation is we're going to come down here. B5 is interest per year. We're actually going to divide that by 12, because that's what we're compounding it by. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come to B4, which is the periods, and we're going to multiply it by 12 in the equation. And it's not much different, as you can see. So it kind of gives you an idea that even though it's compounding every month, you only, let's see, what's the increase there? Not much. Very little. So we went from 386 to 389. So your $3 difference by compounding it monthly. Let's see what happens if we take this and we go annual. So remember we went over in class at 365 days in a year. We're going to do the same thing to the periods times 365. And we are not much different beyond that. So that kind of gives you an idea of what you're dealing with low interest rates. Let's just say by chance someone sent us a heaven sent and they changed that to 5%. What a significant difference. Now you can see why someone would want to invest their money in something that has higher return, so a higher interest rate. Okay, if you have any questions, message me and we'll go from there. But that is your present value.